Aloha, my name is Norman Sakamoto. I'm running for the very important office of Lieutenant Governor. There are many issues facing our state, but certainly jobs and education are the top two. Brief background, I'm a building contractor, civil engineer, went to University High School, graduated from University of Hawaii at Manoa in engineering, got my master's degree on the mainland at the University of Illinois. When I came back to Hawaii, I worked as a general contractor. That skill set, working as a general contractor, solving problems, basically what we need to do is look at the problems we have here on Maui, work together, solve them. We can work together, we can solve them. If we don't, we have issues that go on for decades. Basically, I want to use the skill set I have to help us get more jobs going, infrastructure jobs out the door, not delayed by ongoing hearings, this or that, this or that. Secondly, education. I've been chair of the Education Committee in the State Senate for 10 years. We made improvements. There's much more we need to do. We've got repair and maintenance, brought the backlog down from over $800 million, 640, 525, 415, 300, more to do. Basically, if we work together, we can have a place where every student can maximize his or her skills, and we'll be able to say yes. But we're not there yet. We need to continue to help our teachers, help our principals, so we can have schools that will be a good place for each child to learn.
You know, the Pu'unene prison has been brought up in recent years. Are you in support of or against building a prison facility in Pu'unene on Maui?
I've seen the site. I've seen the plans. In general, they weren't detailed plans. I've also seen the existing prison site. It seems that the existing prison site isn't serving the needs of our community today. The community has grown around it. So certainly there needs to be something done. The community feels it needs to be out near the armory. That's fine. Just that we need to hurry. If we're gonna do it, let's do it. Get it done. We need the jobs, not just building the prison, but we need jobs here in Hawaii. Every dollar that's spent in Arizona, prisoners aren't served here, goes to out of state. Let's get jobs here, building and actually expanding the facility to do what we can. And certainly Maui families can visit their loved ones here and rehabilitate them, get them back in the workforce. We need to do that quickly.
The Honoapi'ilani Highway, which links Central and West Maui, the widening and realignment has been discussed for years, yet only a small portion is currently under construction. How long will it really take, and what alternatives do you envision to alleviate traffic now?
I think widening that highway has been an issue that has been on the county agenda for a long time. One thing that's a concern to me is I think the community needs to decide, does it make sense to spend millions of dollars widening the highway, but if there's a hurricane or an accident, the widened highway will then still be stopped. Is there an alternative? I've heard that there's talk about building a Mauka side, another access. So I think if the community says building that other access is more important than widening the current highway, so be that. But I'm not here to say what you need to do. If I'm successful as your Lieutenant Governor, I would, though, like to get to that answer saying widen the highway or build the alternative access first. We cannot do everything. We have limited resources. But let's decide, and I want to work with the Maui community on that.
Our next topic is on water rights. Do you think that the State Water Commission was correct in its decision on in-stream water flows for both the East Maui streams and at Nawai'eha in West Maui, and why or why not?
Water issues are very challenging for Maui, and the Water Commission has information that I don't have. HCNS has information, Hawaiian groups have information, the county has information. I'm not here in a few minutes to be able to say, was the Water Commission right? But I am here to say that if I am elected to the office of Lieutenant Governor, I want to seek ways to solve problems such as water. If on the governor's team, he says, Sakamoto, as Lieutenant Governor, help Maui resolve these issues because we have challenges. We have needs for water for housing, for agriculture, for Native Hawaiian gathering rights, many, many things. Do that. I will gladly get involved with that. One thing I do know is we need to look long term. As an engineer, building contractor, if we're going to build reservoirs upcountry to store water when we have extra water, if we're going to bring transmission lines around from wetter areas to drier areas, those take years. I believe we should start doing those things because ultimately there isn't enough water for all of the demands, and dividing up a limited source, always people say not enough for me. Let's work together on long-range plans but quickly resolve the interim solutions. But not an easy issue. I'd like the challenge, if elected, to deal with that.
If elected to the post of Lieutenant Governor, what would you do to prevent a repeat of the Furlough Friday situation at public schools?
The Furlough Friday situation, that was a bad thing for schools, but actually all of state and county workers. We've been focusing on the schools, and yes, the legislature did put some money aside from the Hurricane Relief Fund. The governor did release $56 million of that to at least enable this following school year, upcoming school year, to have 17 days restored for instructional days. That doesn't cure all of furloughs for teachers, principals, custodians, or the rest of state and county government. But what happened, I believe, is there was a disconnect. There wasn't a trust between the administration, the HSTA, and the parties involved to work toward a better solution. The solutions put on the table at the time may have seemed take it or leave it, and that's not the way we need to do our business. We need to build trust, working every day of the year, not just when crises come up, with the organized labor organizations, with the community, with parents, because better solutions come from communities working together. For me as a general contractor, jobs come out better, have to come out better when we work together on timing, on scheduling, on solving problems. I want to be your lieutenant governor and help solve problems by working together collaboratively.
The super ferry was another big one, especially for folks here on Maui. If given the opportunity, would you support the return of the Hawaii super ferry?
The super ferry sadly got derailed or got sunk by us, the government, not doing the processes we should have done. So judges, more than one judge, opined that this isn't right. Going forward, we need to do the approval process correctly. If another investor group comes and says, we'd like to have a super ferry connect the islands, I think that's a great thing to connect the islands, but it needs to be done properly. I just recently sat near a young mother on the airplane, and she said when the super ferry was running every other week, she'd come from Oahu to Maui because her children are here on Maui. She has a job, in fact, 2 jobs now on Oahu. People like that benefited by the super ferry. Other people, contractors, ag people benefit, but it needs to be done properly.
Any closing thoughts? Also, your opportunity to address anything that I didn't say or give us contact information in any campaign events coming up.
Again, my name is Norman Sakamoto, running for the very important job of Lieutenant Governor. If we can work together as a community, we can build on the many assets we have. When we start picking at each other, whether it's complaining about public schools, complaining about government, we end up just having delays and everybody goes away half filled. Nobody's satisfied. As a contractor, as a father, grandfather, engineer, we want the best for our islands, but we will be able to get the best only when we work together. We have a campaign website, votesakamoto.com. My legislative website, normansakamoto.com, has information. Bottom line, if we work together, and I know we can, our children's children will say that Hawaii is a great place to live, rather than say Hawaii was a great place to live. Aloha, mahalo, God bless you.